I've been shot.
What? You can't be in here with this. The police, they'll help you.
It was the cops that shot me.
You got a price on your head. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna expose him.
Wow, man. I gotta be totally transparent. Keep them applause going. I just actually saw this movie. It's out October 25th. Friday, October 25th. It's a movie called Black and Blue.
My God.
And it's such a timely movie, Mike Muse. It's hitting the nail on the coffin on a lot of the discourse that we've been having in our communities in this country on a national level between the relationships between police departments and the community, and even the relationship between police officers within the departments.
Yes.
Right.
Because, as I said last week, I got a lot of family members that are police officers who wouldn't walk up on a house of an innocent person and shoot them through the window without giving them a chance to identify themselves or surrender their guns.
Amen.
You know, who wouldn't accidentally knock on the door of somebody else's house, take their life and get a minimal sentence for that.
Cover it up.
Cover it up. Police officers who don't judge you by the color of your skin, they're there to serve and protect. There's a whole slew of police officers who are
honorable,
that have integrity. And in this movie, you're seeing that dynamic as well, that I think we have to confront constantly. And if you look on this man's, our next guest's timeline, if you follow him on IG, you'll see how socially aware and conscious he is by some of the postings that he'll put up, where whether it's Trayvon Jacobs in Houston talking to a city council about the job they're not doing, even being bewildered by seeing police officers and how they engage folks who are people who are white, Caucasian, differently than they might people of color. I saw a clip he posted on his Instagram of a white guy going crazy, threatening to kill a police officer.
Swung on the officer. Three times.
And
what happened?
They de-escalated the situation like it wasn't nothing. And
he didn't even get tasered.
And these conversations have to continue, and this is a movie that'll keep this conversation going. Right. Black and Blue. I want to welcome him to the show, my brother, the one and only Tyrese. Tyrese is here.
Yeah, in this thing. Woo! Hey, man, I'm always honored to be here. Always honored to see you. I love you. I appreciate you. We go way back. We've told that story too many times.
Yeah, he told it a lot, man. You don't like it when I tell it.
It's all right. I really don't.
I know.
I really don't. And we don't have to do it. If you want to know what that story is, just look at the other 30 interviews.
Yeah. YouTube
but
that bitch.
we definitely want to just say thank you to everybody who is already committed to watching this movie. And I want y'all to know, like, I'm going to try my best to attempt to make y'all understand why this movie matters. Just simply on the grounds of when you continue to support trash, Hollywood will continue to make trash. They're all about, how do I put very little in and make a whole lot out? And I understand it. It's like real estate. If I bought some shit for $2,000 and I made $2 million, I'm going to keep running through that trash hole and pumping money into it. Movies like this matter because it's really addressing what we're living and dealing with every day. It is very vulnerable being black in America right now. If you got any Latin black energy on you from the hood, from it doesn't matter if you live in the suburbs, like, yo, I'm getting all my money and I move to the outskirts, you can still get your life completely wrecked and fucked up from just being black in America. And I touched on this earlier, Sway, where I said, you know, it's real crazy because people don't think about this type of shit. It's crazy to me that you would assume that because every cell phone has a camera and videos, every front door now got Ring, where you ring the doorbell or there's a body motion, it starts filming. You got cameras on every street corner, every intersection. You got cameras now inside of every car, every Uber, every Lyft, and random civilians got cameras filming everything. And you would assume that there's so much footage of so much shit moving that you would be safer.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse.
Yeah.
And then when they fucking film it, they trying to tell niggas that we didn't see what I know what the fuck we just seen. Nigga, how you gonna tell me I didn't just see what the fuck I just see? Anyway, man, this movie is crazy because the movie is called Black and Blue. The main character is Naomie Harris, Oscar-nominated actress from Moonlight, and she plays in a character named Alicia, who went away. She's from New Orleans. The whole movie is based in New Orleans around corruption. She goes when she was 15 to go join the army. She did 2 tours in Afghanistan. Then her mom's passed. Should she come back to New Orleans and decide, you know what, I still want to be a public servant, and she becomes a rookie at the police department. She heard 5 gunshots go off. Her partner told her to wait in the car. She go upstairs, and then there's more shots, and she was able to capture her colleagues from the same police department killing 4 black dudes. She got it on her body cam, and her own police officers are on a mission to kill her throughout the entire movie. So it ain't preachy. It ain't gonna put you to sleep. Someone said to me yesterday that from the moment that the movie starts, you're on the edge of your seat like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's like a virtual video game that just thrusts you into the movie, and you're rooting for the characters. You don't want nobody to get hurt, but they're on this unbearable mission to try and kill her throughout the movie because they don't want her to turn that footage in that she captured on her body cam.
Evidence.
Oh, my God.
It starts out with profiling, like right off the bat around the movie, and then you see how she gets treated in her own department because she's a rookie and she's new and she's not one of the guys that's part of the squad. And so they kind of look at her like, are you really down with us? You know what I mean? And then she gets taken on these night patrols. So there's so much that starts right off the bat from the movie. And then there's so many other factors that you mentioned, you know, besides profiling and all these other things, but it also has to do with FEMA and disaster relief, because they explain that that's part of the reason why shit got so bad in the area. There's even that issue that we talked about here where people had called up saying that why is it that black people are always the ones that have to forgive in certain situations, and you're put in a situation in the movie where you're kind of being treated badly so many times that there's a moment where you have the choice of either reciprocating that treatment or forgiving the person who did you wrong so many times.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, my character in the movie works at a store, just in the hood, in New Orleans, in the hood, you know, just chilling. I got a couple felonies on me. I don't want no problems. Like, at a certain point, jail will clean niggas up. Like, you know, I actually had some more fucked up intentions, but nigga, after that bid I just did, I'm gonna sit that one out. I'm good, my nigga. Like, there's some extra paper to get. There's some other shit that we can go do. There's a couple niggas did us dirty. I need to go boop boop. But after that 10-year run right there, I'm gonna sit that one out. So I'm at work. I recognize her because she came again from Afghanistan 2 tours, and I'm like, yo, you used to be super close to my cousin, so I recognize her, but I ain't fucking with her because she a police officer.
She got the uniform on,
right?
Yeah.
So when all of this goes down, she pops back up at my store, and I had to make the decision between street shit and an actual officer who is trying to get they trying to kill. Officers are trying to kill an officer.
Yeah.
And I can't act as if I don't know her. And so some people say, oh, I'm the hero in the movie. Listen, most niggas wake up on a Wednesday and don't plan on saving lives. You see something, you impulsively step in to help, and then they want to give you trophies and awards after. That's what my character is. And you see the conflict between me being from the streets, me and this conflict between, as you said, Sway, officers and folks in the hood and in the city, and whatever that kind of history is. But I'm also a human that's like, damn, this is a woman who's actually trying to do the right thing, and they trying to top her off, you know what I mean? Because she's got this footage on her camera. So I need y'all to watch this movie.
It's a good movie. Now, let me ask you this, because I'm watching it and I'm thinking if I'm an officer, depending on what kind of officer I am, If I'm a straight and narrow officer and I play by the book, I'm law abiding, I'm going to go, ooh, man, this movie is saying stuff I can't, because the black and the blue is that blue wall, that cloak, that, that secret society of protection.
I know some shit, but I ain't going to speak on it.
I ain't going to speak on it, but damn it, this movie is covering some stuff that might be hitting home. Have you gotten any reactions? What kind of reactions have you gotten from police officers?
Well, here's the thing. This is what's interesting. There's been some backlash from officers because the truth is uncomfortable. And for officers that go on my timeline popping shit, you understand that there's a likelihood that you're a part of the problem. See, and then there's officers that are actually promoting the movie because they're excited about what this movie represents. You got to understand this. Now, I don't want to ramble because I've talked about this shit before. You would say, and this is a random analogy, but I'm going to keep it real because I've been an entertainer for 20 years. When you look at the fact that we lost Whitney Houston, when you look at the fact that we lost Michael Jackson, people don't understand that there's a difference between a gopher, a yes man, versus someone who just simply wants to pay their bills. It comes down to survival. The amount of money I'm making from working for Michael Jackson, if I were to not do what Michael Jackson wants me to do, then this $250,000 I'm making per year, I will never leave Michael Jackson and go make this kind of money anywhere else. It doesn't matter what my resume, I can name drop Michael Jackson all day. Niggas will be like, yeah, Michael was paying you $250, my nigga. Peace.
That was Michael.
That was Michael.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So there's something that happens when you have people that take the oath to protect and serve, and they got a salary, and they see some shit, they witness something. They're either involved or a part of corruption. They may do something bad in the beginning, and then they conscious start fucking with them, and they say, well, if I snitch, or not even snitch, if I whistle blow, because there's a difference. Snitching is Tekashi 6ix9ine. Okay? So we're clear. Right. Snitching is, I was doing some dumb shit. I'm out here painting this picture of being this savage and this nigga in the hood. And then now that I'm about to go down, I'm taking niggas down with me.
Yeah. Right. It's reactive.
That's snitching. We all know what the fuck that is. Whistleblowing is when a man or a woman of integrity who takes an oath and saying, my salary comes from taxpayers. The life and lifestyle that I'm living coming from being a man or woman of public service. So if I'm on Congress and I notice that the government is sneaking contracts behind niggas' back and securing properties and doing this shady shit, I took an oath to speak out and be honorable and not be a part of dumb shit. And so you're whistleblowing when you speak up on what you've seen, what you know, and what you've witnessed. When you're a police officer, okay, let's be real. Eric Garner said, I can't breathe. There was one officer that got reprimanded, but there were 15 officers standing there with footage on their body cam that witnessed the same Eric Garner choking. And none of them niggas spoke out. None of them spoke up on what they actually seen and what they know. So are you so focused on your own self-interest, your home, your kids in private school? What does that say about your moral compass? That you're so focused on the money you making or living up to this blue wall or the blue code that you're not going to speak out on what you know. And so that's what Black and Blue is about.
Tyrese, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, October 25th. Mike Muse.
I think you hit the nail right on the money. I love how you're talking about it right now because I feel like we never had this type of nuanced discourse when it comes to policing. Yeah. I love the analogy about Michael Jackson. You're on the payroll, so you don't want to say anything that will go against your income. I think what people fail to realize is that police officers is like manufacturing. It's a way for the middle class and blue collar to get into middle class and upper middle class.
Of course.
Art always, for me, moderates conversation and justice and social issues and social constructs. With that being said, with these lines of financial stability, what do you hope this film will begin to moderate in our society regarding policing, the law, and the ecosystem of criminal justice? Because that includes the DA, right? That includes the police chiefs.
Well, I just hope, and this might piss people off, but I always piss people off because I'm honest. I just hope you don't decide to wait until you're 89 years old, dying of cancer on your deathbed before you decide to speak the truth. There's people right now that's 32 years old, 30 years old, that's 40 years old, been on the force for 10 years, and you know who killed Biggie. And you're going to wake up and decide, I'm not okay with Biggie's mom, Mrs. Wallace. Just every 24 hours that she get through, the anxiety, the stress, the misery, the depression that she may be still slipping in and out of, just wondering, how do we have documentaries all over the internet where they said that the police had something to do with arranging and orchestrating the murder of Biggie Smalls? But yet there's no convictions, there's never been a trial, and that's just lingering, just there. Now, Malcolm X, I hope I don't get the quote wrong, he said they will use us to kill us so that they can continue to blame us. They will use us to kill us so that they can continue to blame us. When you already know that black people don't fuck with black people, how easy is it to give them a gun and say, take care of that? We want to take care of that, but we don't want our fingers on it. What's going on with Nipsey Hussle? All this energy all over the internet.
Yeah.
What's happening with Nipsey? Where's the nigga who supposedly killed Nipsey? Why ain't nobody took care of him? I know niggas that's in jail for felonies. And if they got any type of energy on them in the hood, some way, somehow, niggas gonna take care of business while they on the inside.
They get touched.
He's just up in there chilling. And why ain't nobody updating us on trials, information, intel? Why ain't nothing to do with nothing that has to do with the nigga who we all know at this point took out the homie? Sometimes they will use us to kill us.
To blame us.
To continue to blame us. So let's just be real. I need y'all to go out and support this Black and Blue movie because we want more movies like this that really represent the shit that we got to live every day to be made. I ain't talented enough to figure out a way to get y'all to commit, but I can tell you right now, y'all been to too many movies who'd be like, yo, how the fuck do I get my 2 hours back?
Yeah. Why am I watching this story? I don't even go to the movies hardly no more.
Where the fuck did the gorilla come from?
Well, yeah, man. It all just happened
the
right
fucking
there.
gorilla just came, like, nigga, they shooting one scene, it was day and night and night and day. What the fuck is...
Yeah.
That's not this movie.
That
I need y'all to show up.
Black and Blue, man. October 25th. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Kevin,
Thursday night too. October 24th. You can get in Thursday night
at midnight.
Okay.
Get October 24th midnight.
Need all that.
Kev, you in Georgia? You work in law enforcement?
Hey, Kev.
No, I got. Hey, how y'all doing, man? I got family that worked in law enforcement. I got to tell you, what Tyrese said and what you said is correct. You know, these officers. Put it like this, in your neighborhood, you know who's a crackhead, you know who's a drug dealer, you know who's a pimp, you know who's a prostitute. These officers be on these forces for years. They know who's the rogue officer, they know who's the white supremacist, they know who's the guy that's doing dirt, selling drugs, and they turn the blind eye to it. My family tells me all the time, the reason why they let it go on for so long, they have a family to feed, they got bills to pay, they don't want to go against their superior officer and be labeled or blackballed, but it goes on all the time. I know for a fact, I'm from New York, there's cops that sell drugs, transport drugs, and do all of the stuff that we do on the street they get locked up for and they get away with it.
All the
Facts.
way. All the way. And that's, I mean, speaking of, you know, the blatant racism, you can YouTube and Google this shit. There's literally Ku Klux Klan members, like Aryan Nation Ku Klux Klan members that are actual police officers.
With badges.
With badges. Like, you don't fuck with niggas for real. And now you can legally kill motherfuckers, go and do the paperwork at the station and justify whatever you decided to do. And then at a certain point, you get reprimanded. Like, when I think about the Eric Garner with the choking, right? If you pull the kind of history of what this particular officer had, I don't know this for a fact, but there's more than likely a whole pipeline of shit that these officers who finally get reprimanded, finally deal with some type of justice for their actions, and they're able to show, oh, there's a history of not every case is going to get national headlines, bro.
Yeah.
There's people like I just want to say this to the people. I don't even want to say white people because that sounds away. I want to say this. Listen, man, I'm a father. I want to come home to my kids too. My mama loves me too. My grandparents love me too. Like, I know I'm black. I get it. My kids love me too, man. When I pick I want to sing happy birthday to my kids too, man. So for someone to wake up every day with those fucked up intentions, because it's not fair to say that every officer has these intentions.
Not at all. Not
listen,
at all.
I've met and been protected by some of the nicest police officers, period. And that would be abuse on my part to say that every officer is bad. I'm simply saying, if you know something, say something. Because that's the oath that you took. And it goes even further. We put our grandparents sometime in living assistant places, senior citizen living assistant place, and they're being abused because they're mean and they ain't had visits in 2-3 months from their own kids, and they acting like, oh, you 90 years old, you live in an old folks home and no one's come to see you. They got mood swings, they mad, and they're being beat and abused. They're not being fed. It could be anything. See something, say something.
Yeah.
There's so many people that live in good parts of town where it's safe, and they would say, you know, it's fucked up to see what they are dealing with. You're a part of the problem. You don't care about cancer because you or nobody in your family have cancer? You're not dealing with human and sex trafficking, so you don't care about it? You're not dealing with HIV, AIDS, so you don't care about it because it ain't in your house? It's real shit going on out here. Now, I'm not asking you to lose sleep, but don't act as if you just don't care because it hasn't showed up to your door. Do you know what it's like to be black in America right now? Under this Donald Trump shit that's happening? He's setting us up for target practice. And then they know specifically that if I do some shit, say some shit, cover up some shit, I'm going to get past it. And I might get hugged. I might get a hug.
Or elected into office.
I wanted to start a hashtag. Start hugging black killers. Hashtag.
Start hugging black killers.
Yeah. Just like they hugging these white people when they kill people. Hug us too, goddammit. We need love too. We need compassion too.
The officer in Texas.
Yeah, the officer in Texas.
With the judge.
The judge that came out and
hugged her.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hug black killers too.
Yeah, okay.
We all need Jesus. We all need compassion. We all need someone to say, you made a mistake and you're going to go to jail. You're going to do some time. You're black, so you'll get way more time than white people. But can I get a hug too, nigga, when I get my fucked up sentence?
And go through the drive-through too as well.
Can I get a hug?
Get
Can
a-
somebody
get a
come
meal?
fix?
Get a meal
Can a
plan.
nigga come
Yeah,
cut
get
my
a-
hair?
Yeah.
Can somebody come fix my hair?
Yeah.
What was that kid named? Dylan
Roof.
Killed how many people in the church? 12 or 14?
I think 16, 15.
Yep, and
They
went to
took him,
Burger King.
took him to
The
Burger
Burger
King
King
before he
drive-thru.
took him to jail.
Yeah.
Can I get some love?
Yeah, Tyrese is here. We're talking about Black and Blue. October 24th at just before midnight. Be lined up to go into the theater. October 25th is officially out, but you can go October 24th. Mike Muse.
Tyrese, man, you're dropping some jewels right now. I swear to God you are. And I love how you even brought in the whole situation, the biases that come with police officers, because what people don't realize is that, yes, the blacks had a migration movement. We went south to Los Angeles, but so did the segregationists. So did the kids of the KKK movement. And that's what happened to LAPD, which is why they had that history of racism and biases, because they became police officers, which then begot a generation of racist cops when it comes to it. So to advance the conversation, I love right now.
Well,
so we're
no,
talking
listen.
about judges.
Let me touch on that
Oh, sure,
really
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Watts.
Yes, you were.
Before I got on and Tyrese put the city on the map, Watts was specifically known only for the Watts riots of 1965. Dr. Martin, you can Google this, YouTube it. Dr. Martin Luther King got a phone call from the president of the United States at the time to say, please get on a flight from Atlanta and get to Watts because the rebellion between racism, bigotry, corruption, and excessive force and murder was so blatant and real, black people got fed up. And they started burning down their own city, and it was called the Watts Rebellion of 1965. I was born at Martin Luther King Hospital. I've lived in Watts my whole life until I got out. Every 24 hours that I made it in Watts, whether it was Crips and Bloods, Mexicans and blacks at war at all times, or you press 911, good luck.
Yeah.
So this was not acting for me. This was me pulling from a real place. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, these type of conversations set niggas up to put their own life on the line.
Well,
Of course.
God forbid. I don't want to be another person putting that in the universe and something happened to me. But I'm just letting y'all know, man, that these are the type of movies that never get made because it's shed light on real shit that we live in every day. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got ADD, so I wanted to make sure I got that.
He was going to forget it, Mike Muse.
No, man. At this point, I think we're just riffing off each other when it comes to that.
Y'all in the cipher.
Yeah. But the question,
Well, hold on. Let me get Rich been patiently waiting. Rich Nice.
So obviously you've been making films and music across. You're a superstar across the planet. Your face has been on billboards. Do you still get profiled as a black man
Every bit
walking around when you walk through the world?
Shit, not just walking around, you know. Shit, I drive, getting pulled over. I mean, bro, so, you know, Sway would tell you because he's seen the movie, there is nothing more fucking miserable than just wondering, will this just be a ticket?
Wow.
Yeah.
Some shit that white people
Don't even got to worry about.
Why the fuck are you pulling me over? What the fuck did I do? I did not run the light. Bullshit. No, I am not giving you my light. Man, I wish, man, we sitting up in this motherfucking car. We got hands out, nigga. We nigga, if we got a bullhorn, we like, yo, I ain't got no guns in the car. I got my license and registration. As soon as you walk up, we trying to make sure that this Wednesday is not my last day. We trying to make sure that my next birthday don't get snatched from me.
Tyrese is here, man. Black and Blue. Give him a round of applause in theaters October 24th.
We need y'all, man.
October 25th. Listen,
I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. I love you, bro.
you know I love you, man.
y'all,
You're my
man.
family, bro. I'm always standing by your side. Even
Everybody that listen to this show, man, we live this shit every day, man.
Yeah.
This everybody listening to this right now, man. I'm so happy to be on here, man. I was doing all kind of radio stations before I walked in there. I was like, when I jump on this Shade 4-5,
Yeah. You
this,
home.
this my people. This
You home.
my nigga.
Well, Naomie's gonna be here tomorrow, so why don't we have Tyrese leave her a question or something?
Oh yeah. Naomi's coming tomorrow. You said we
coming
come. Is it Naomi?
It's Naomi.
Naomi, right? And so
If I've been fucking her name up,
no,
it's
okay.
for the whole year. I'm like, nigga, no, he's hit me with the Idris or Idris. Motherfucker, hold on. Idris Alba? I'm like, hold on, nigga. I've been calling the nigga Idris. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
man?
give it
Don't
a
just
real-
fuck me up. He's like, now, are you going to ask Naomi or Naomi a question?
So we're gonna play it back for her,
Yeah.
but I know there's some nuances and intricate details that probably even playing these roles, I'm sure it was emotional for you guys, and she's killing it.
Yes, sir.
Like I'm feeling her pain, I'm feeling her fear, I'm feeling all of these things. Is it a question you can ask her, perhaps maybe about a scene or even taking on this role and go for it?
Dear Naomi, first of all, I love you. This is Tyrese. It's been life-changing to be a part of this movie with you. I think one of the most mind-blowing moments for me that means a lot to me as someone that's born in these ghetto South Central LA streets is knowing that you had retired from acting. And she was almost at a year of being retired from acting. And this Black and Blue movie brought her out of retirement. I just want you to tell people why, of all the scripts, agents, managers blowing your phone up, you turning down projects left and right, please dive into what this movie means to you that made you say, I'm coming out of retirement to do the Black and Blue movie.
Damn, man, shit, I gotta retire now. That damn question right there. I don't know what the hell I've been doing. Man, I gotta switch professions now. He about to take my job. My little brother about to come up in here. Oh,
Tyrese
man.
in the morning.
Tyrese in the morning.
Yeah,
I can
right.
see it, man.
Yeah, right.
Man,
Chocolate is spreading in the morning. Yeah.
there it is. I like that.
Chocolate morning.
Real quick, it's Fast 9.
Fast 9 filming right
Just
now.
finished Fast 9. We got the Teddy Pendergrass life story coming up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing Teddy Pendergrass. Lee Daniels is on board from Philly. I got a Marvel Comics movie coming.
Morbius.
Morbius, my first.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Huge.
sir.
And we get Marvel money. From Fast to Marvel.
You
Hey,
know what I mean?
hey, baby.
3-picture deal.
Oh,
Wow.
Shit was real.
That's beautiful.
You know, I've been running over my beeper minutes lately.
Okay.
So I've been able to catch up. You know, the beeper bill is getting real. I'm Jeje, the king of beepers. Y'all know
So
what
you
the fuck I'm
you
talking about.
didn't get no black ball reaction from some of the outbursts with
Oh,
you
yeah.
and Dwayne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I won't call it. Not from Dwayne. More the baby mama shit that played out
Okay.
publicly.
Okay.
Had people feeling away and wanting to press the pause button on me for a minute.
In the industry, like
Yeah,
studios weren't
it's-
going to
yeah,
hire you because of that?
Yeah. I mean, Dion, the director of this movie, as you know, thank God Anthony Mackie was busy. You know, I got blessed by default. They wanted to go in a few other directions, and the director, who was a friend of mine, one of the biggest hearts ever, said, nah, the only person that's going to do this role that brings that real edge and masculine male inner city authentic energy to this shit is Tyrese. And so he literally told them, this is after he secured Naomie, if I don't get Tyrese, I'm walking.
Damn. So he stood by you.
He stood by me and wouldn't, to all the shit online,
None of that.
you know, none of that affected him. And literally after the Black and Blue movie happened and was announced, once I rapped Black and Blue, this is all credit to the Lord Jesus Christ, because my prayers was real. Them same tears showed up in my prayers and turned it all around, because it was rough. It played out publicly and privately.
Yeah.
But, you know, once I booked this Black and Blue movie, the Teddy Pendergrass thing happened. I literally got home, Sway. This is how, you know, there's a song I've been listening to by Tasha Cobb Leonard. You know, I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. And it's God's about to blow my mind. And I literally was in my prayer closet and I was listening to this song as background music.
What's it called?
I'm getting ready.
Okay. Okay.
Tasha Cobb Leonard.
Okay.
Life change. Anyway, after I finished Black and Blue, I got home and I got an offer on a Sunday for the Morbius Marvel Comics movie. 3-picture deal. I closed the deal on Monday and I was on the plane on Wednesday.
Jeez, my gosh.
Shot Morbius. Now here's the other thing. I had been banking on this Fast 9 because I knew that I was dealing with financial traumas. I was dealing with every box you can check off of, I was dealing with. And I was like, damn, I need to get to this Fast 9 because everything gonna be all right once I get to this bag. These niggas decided to push this shit back 2 years, nigga. What the fuck? Shit, nigga. What the fuck? I mean, nigga, I'm so ready to be Roman Pierce to this motherfucker right now. Shit, I got all kind of jokes scheduled, nigga. What the fuck? So, they kept pushing the movie back. 1 month, another month, another month. And I'm like, shit, nigga, I just secured another month, and they pushed it back another month. So this is just all me at the house praying and stressing. So then next thing you know, the Sunday happened. We closed a 3-picture deal on that Monday. We were supposed to be on the set of Fast 9 in March. They pushed it back to start at the end of August. I was able to shoot an entire movie because Fast 9 kept getting pushed.
Wow.
And here I am at the house praying and saying, Father God, I trust you. I know you're doing something. Blow my mind. Orchestrate it. Arrange it. I love you. I have faith in you. Only you. There's not enough handsome, not enough charm, not enough gift to the gab, not enough jokes that I could ever crack that can turn this around. There's nobody in my phone that I could call that can fix it. Only God. So here I am praying and asking him to change it while I'm stressing at the same time. And he says, I'm going to push Fast 9 back so that you can go get a whole nother franchise and sign a 3-picture deal that's bigger and more lucrative than Fast.
More lucrative than Fast.
Woo.
It's a Spider-Man spinoff, dog.
Oh, I'm quitting. I'm about to become an assistant to my brother.
I want to say,
Hey, give me that Michael Jackson salad.
I want to say to everybody that's still in the storm, feel free. Have a field day. There's videos of me crying on the internet. What more do you want from me? I had the beat down of life. It played out. I had the super ugly face.
Yeah.
I want to say to y'all, God will bless you in the presence of your enemies. I was publicly embarrassed, and the pendulum swung, and my display of favor and blessings is on a bigger stage than it's ever been before that. Trust in God. You may be in it. I don't care about the celebrity status. I'm a grown-ass man that have the same stresses and traumas that everybody else had. Nigga, you got baby mama drama too. Shut the fuck up. Yours don't play out publicly, but you got the same shit I got. Thank God that it doesn't play out publicly because you'll end up doing what I did. But trust and have faith and don't quit. Suicide is not an option. Get that thought out. Depression, you may be feeling it, you may be swimming in it, but just be encouraged by the faith that I had. And you may be stressed about your mortgage and your rent, but nigga, you don't know what it's like. I'm going to say this, and I'm not bragging. You don't know what the fuck it's like to have $150,000 in overhead every month. What's your mortgage, nigga? What's your car note? What's your staff? What's your overhead? What's your bill? What's your office notes? Every paper clip, every piece of paper. What you working with? $150,000 a month. I don't want no one to care. I don't want nobody to sympathize. So when that real shit start kicking in back to back, the tsunami of that overhead and that monthly is real every month. So you push some shit back. I don't know what you feeling, but nigga, I was feeling it.
You was feeling it.
And God turned it all around.
And
to God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Tyrese, ladies and gentlemen. Shit.
That's a testimony.
You got to come back, man. DB said when you were coming here today, man, every time I be wanting to ask him a bunch of movie questions, and then you guys get together, and then it turned into something else. So we got all these movie questions set up.
No.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
pulled a clip from I Am Paul Walker and shit, man. I was like, damn,
talk
man.
about the doc, I Am Paul Walker, something you had and something you said. And do we got time to play this clip?
Man, of course you got time, man. This is Sway. I wish they would. They got dirty looks coming if they try and kick me up out of this thing, man.
Okay.
It's family right here. What's the question, my brother?
Well, I saw you on the I Am Paul Walker documentary, and the crazy. I mean, just play the clip because it's. I want people to hear it.
Too Fast, Too Furious had a bunch of women on the set and a bunch of women in the city. To be young, handsome, making all that money, the token Negro and the token white man in Miami, it was hard to get a lot of work done out there. You know? My God.
Girl, you know your boy can help you put that fire. Look at the bubble on that.
I don't know, we just got along really well. The only problem really was, though, is like we got along so well that we were screwing around more than half the time.
While you're supposed to be working?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we got, John Singleton barking at us every once in a while,
What up
telling
to
us to
John
be serious.
Singleton?
Wow.
And so two important people in your life, John Singleton and Paul Walker. I mean, it's just the fact that they included that, and you would never think, you know what I mean? Like, it just blew my mind that clip happened to be in that documentary. You know what I mean?
My God. My God. Yeah. Just hearing Paul's voice, thinking about John Singleton. Traumas are traumas, man.
Yeah.
One thing y'all gonna always get from me, thank God for social media. I'm just kind of working through all of my stuff. And I think in a real way, I give people permission to hold on and never give up from being willing to speak on real shit. Mental health issues are tied into black men specifically, or a lot of us that are black, who have been shamed over the years for speaking out about real shit that's actually on their mind. I've been in therapy for many years, proudly. They say, if you scared, go to church. So there's so many things that we are trying to do, other than smoking weed and drinking, which I don't do, and talking to the homie about shit that's actually on your mind. We actually need help, man, because the shit that we're seeing and having to live through and the traumas that we've experienced, carrying this shit, it's like being a fucking walking time bomb. And at a certain point, whether you're a public figure or you're a regular guy, that's why you see motherfuckers on the corner talking to themselves and we looking and make a mockery of them, but that person has been through some shit. And they got to that point where they like, fuck it, I can't talk to nobody, so I'm gonna talk to myself. You know what, motherfucker? Hey, man, shit. I told the motherfucker, but he ain't want to listen. And they just go crazy, bruh. So, mental health is real, bruh. And I'm still trying to process the nicest people in the world are the ones that we end up losing. John Singleton, bruh, I thank Jesus and John for deciding to say, you're the guy I'm going to bank on. That role for Baby Boy was for Tupac. When he died, he put the movie on the shelf and was done with it. He kept saying, you're going to be an actor. You a star. You're the guy. You're the guy. Paul Walker, nicest dude you'll ever meet. He didn't just die. He was still alive, supposedly on impact. The car engulfed in flames. Nothing was left. That's trauma.
Yeah.
When you in the hood and you wake up on a Wednesday and you was just playing basketball with the homie and then all of a sudden he's dead and you expect me to go to school and focus on algebra, nigga? The fuck? Do you know what? And then if I don't show up for 2 weeks because I need a minute to breathe and recover from what I'm actually dealing with, then you gonna say I'm tardy, I'm late, I was a no-show? Motherfucker, if I showed up right after somebody died that I loved and cared for, I don't know what would have happened at school.
Yeah.
You can't expect me to retain algebra when I got real shit on my mind that I'm dealing with. So mental health awareness month is one thing. I would encourage everybody. There's some people that say, what I look like going to see a shrink. Motherfucker, to shrink those problems.
Shrink those problems.
That's so real.
You carrying so much shit and your homegirl sitting up around the table gossiping ain't gonna stop you from feeling what you feeling.
Yeah.
Go get some help. Go get some help, man. I'm in it. I have no pride, no shame. It's some real shit going on out here. And we wake up, everybody in this room, we wake up every day just trying to figure out, how do I do my job? How do I pay these bills? How do I take care of my kids? How do I continue to navigate through all the shit that I'm being forced with every day? You think I'm okay because I'm smiling and doing interviews.
They see you on the big screen.
it's some real shit that we all are dealing with every day. And I know you want to be me. I know you want my life. I know you, but go ahead, motherfucker, try it. Try and survive 2 years of my life. You focused on what I'm driving and the size of my house. It's nice. Most of y'all couldn't even handle 5 months of this shit that we really dealing with. And y'all react to what you find out about.
Mm-hmm. Not the shit, not the
Behind
stuff
the
you don't
scenes.
know about.
Too much. I serve too many people. Love y'all, man.
Man, love you too. Tyrese,
Black and blue, baby.
You already know it, man. October 25th, it's the official date, but on the 24th,
That's the song. Right
line
there.
up in the line on the 24th at midnight.
Black and blue.
Ty, man, love you, bro.
Love you too.
Tyrese,
Follow me
ladies
on
and-
Twitter. I'm sorry. Follow me on Instagram, man. I want to know what city, state, or country you're in. Follow me on Instagram at Tyrese. Look for the blue check. I'm verified. My status is there. And I just really want to know what y'all thought about this overall conversation, man. Jump in my comments. Let's talk about it.
Get at them.
I build communities on my social media. Let's talk about it.
You got a lot of people on the lines, and I apologize I didn't get to you. I just felt like it wasn't. I wanted to hear what you had to say. But Tara from Cleveland, hit him up on his social.
Yeah,
Al,
jump in. I'm responding in the comments at Tyrese.
Yeah, and mention Sway in the morning. Al from Queens.
I want to keep my day job.
John from North
Stay hot
Carolina.
these streets.
Tyler from Savannah. Freddie Watkins from Macon, Georgia. By the way, Tyrese said he'd be down to come to next year's Sway Fest too. He just signed on.
Yeah, come on, man.
The
First of
time
all,
is right.
congratulations,
Thank you,
bro.
brother. Thank you.
And this Sway Fest got a ring to it. I like it.
You like that?
And here's the thing. I don't think, because you got pride, I don't think you took advantage of the amount of VIPs and celebrities that you actually got access to. They'd have showed up for you on a whole nother level. Everybody that you booked was nice. But you got too many motherfuckers love you. You're not just love, you're adored. Like, nigga, you get a text message like, yo, man, I'm doing my first ever Sway Fest. Come on, you seen what Pharrell is doing in Virginia.
Oh, I love it.
You see her just did her own festival.
In the town, in Oakland, Concord, in Northern California. Yeah. We got another one coming, though.
I mean, I know you do, but I think you need to be a little more aggressive about getting some real shit lined up, because the Sway Fest got a ring to it, nigga. That's generational wealth. You'll be gone, and the Sway Fest will still be cracking. Stop playing, nigga. You got kids. Fuck is you doing?
Yo, it's too
You on this motherfucking microphone every day, nigga. You can beat the shit out of promoting that. Is nigga Snoop will show up? Where's Khalifa? Nigga, you got what's my nigga? I got five.
The Loonies.
Come on, nigga.
Yeah,
Come
Michael
on, nigga.
Marshall.
You got E40.
Yeah. 40, I mean, you know.
You could have had the lineup of life. You'd have been beating motherfuckers away. Like, yo, let me get in on that, man. Sway Fest, nigga. 2020.
2020. That's the plan.
Stop playing, nigga. I got vision, nigga. I got vision, my nigga.